Hey, in this video we are going to create a new Firebase project and add it to our application. Let's go. So let's open Google and here let's type Firebase. Then let's open first URL and we will end up on Firebase official web page. Since Firebase is part of Google Cloud Platform, Google manages everything. It means that we don't need to create a new account or something. If we have a Google account, which I guess everybody does, then we will associate our Google account with Firebase project. So let's click on Get Started. And here we click on Add New Project. Then we're gonna specify new project name, which is going to be Chat Web App, let's say. Then let's click on Continue. Then let's disable Google Analytics. We don't actually need it. And let's wait a few minutes until our project is created. Okay, good. Seems like project is ready. Let's continue. Then we end up on Firebase dashboard. So from here we will manage everything. And as you can see, we are currently on the Spark plan. So it means we will not get charged for anything. All right, now we need to add our web application to our Firebase project. So let's click on this settings button and then choose project settings. Then here at the bottom, we will see our apps. From here, let's click on this web application. And then let's enter the name for our app, which is going to be, let's say, just chat. And let's not set up Firebase hosting. Let's click on register. It will also take a few seconds. And right now, our application is ready. Let's click on continue to console. Now we need to set up services that we will use inside our application. So first, let's set up database. So let's click on it. And on this page, we are able to set up either Cloud Firestore or real-time database. So make sure you don't use Cloud Firestore, you use a real-time database here at the bottom. So let's click Create Database and let's select Start in Locked Mode. So all of our rules will be locked down. Okay, so let's enable it and it will take a few seconds just to create a new database for us. All right, it is done. Now we need to also set up storage for our app. So let's click on it and then get started. It will ask us for rules. So let's click next. Then we need to select location for our storage. It is very important and it really influences the speed. So just select the nearest one to you. For me, it is something, I guess, with Europe. So I select Europe West 3. Then I click done and it will take a few seconds to create a new storage for us. Let's wait. Okay, perfect. Seems like storage is ready. Our final thing is to set up authentication for our application. So let's click authentication. Here we don't have any signed up users for now. Let's click on sign in method. And from here we can see all sign in providers that we can use. We will not use email and password. We will use only Google and Facebook. So first let's click on it and then let's just click enable. Just like that. So let's select supporting email and then project public facing name. Let's maybe set something like chat app and let's click save. And after that, it will configure everything automatically. We don't need to worry about anything. Google sign-in is already enabled. Now, what about Facebook login? So let's click on it. And from here, we will not have any automatic configuration. We need to do it manually. So let's click on enable. Here we need to fill in app ID, app secret, and we need to use this redirect URL. So what do we need to do? Inside Google, we need to type Facebook developer. Then we're going to go to Facebook for developers. And here on this page at the top, we will click on My Apps. And from here, we are going to click on Create App. Let's select it. And display name is going to be something like chat, just chat web. All right. Then let's click on Create App ID. Then let's perform security check, submit it, and our Facebook application will be created. So from here, what we need to do, we need to go to settings, then go to basic. And here we will find our app ID and app secret. Let's copy app ID and then paste it over here. Then we need to also get our app secret. Let's click on show and let's copy it as well and paste it here inside Firebase. And also we need to add this redirect URL here. Let's copy it. Then let's save our changes. And here under products, let's click on plus sign. So when we click on it, we need to select Facebook login. Let's click on setup. And then we need to select that we will able to log in on web. Then site URL, I don't know, just put something that really doesn't matter. Actually, no, we don't need this. Let's click on settings because we already have Facebook login added. It was just quick start from Facebook team. So here for this valid redirect URLs, we need to add this URL that we have on Firebase. So just make sure that it is here. So now it is added. Let's click on save changes. And now our Facebook application is ready. So let's save it. And now our Facebook is configured, and we configured everything inside Firebase website. Now we can actually add it to our code. So let's get back to VS Code, and from here, let's open our terminal. First thing we need to do, we need to install global CLI from Firebase. So for this, let's type npm install-g Firebase tools and install it. I already have it on my machine, so I'm not going to install it twice. After that, when we have this Firebase tools, we need to type Firebase init, and that's all. After that, it will prompt you authorize yourself, please complete the instructions. And after that, when I run this command, I will see this CLI in work. So I'm ready to proceed, yes. Then I need to select services that I want to initialize. So I need only database. So I navigate with arrows and I select with space. And also I need hosting, only those two, don't select storage. So then I hit enter. Then I will choose use an existing project. And then I'm gonna select chat web app that I just created. I selected what file should be used for database rules. Let's hit just enter. Then what public directory I want to use instead of public, let's type build. And then I want to configure my app as a single page application. That's true. So let's click yes. And build index HTML already exists. Overwrite. Yes, I want to overwrite. All right. Now Firebase is associated, let's say our remote project that we just created, that one associated with our local project. We can see Firebase JSON, Firebase RC, which contains our project ID. Then inside database rules, we have our database rules. And inside Firebase JSON, we have our, let's say, project description. So for database, rules are deployed from that file. For hosting, we have public folder, which is built. Then we have ignore files that we will not deploy to Firebase hosting, and also rewrites. So do you remember when we tried to upload our project on GitHub? So when we refresh the page, we got not found. So this is because we have single page application, and Firebase solves this problem by just rewriting all the routes and configure it for single page app. So we will not have any issues with that. All right. So that's it. Now we can actually install library into our project. So for that, let's just type npm install Firebase and let's wait until it is done. All right, we have Firebase installed as a library. Now what we need to do, under source folder, let's create a new folder that we will name MISC. And here we are going to create a new file, firebase.js. Here we will configure our Firebase inside our app. So first thing we need to do, we need to go back to the website, then again go back to project settings, and if we scroll down from here, we can find this Firebase config. So let's copy that. And here we're going to create a new variable. Let's say just const config, and let's paste it just like that. Now, here we will also import Firebase library. So we're going to type import Firebase from Firebase app. it is important not to import from Firebase because it will import the whole library, and the whole library is really big and it will add all files from it. So we make sure that we only import Firebase app. Then what we need to do, we need to call Firebase.initialize app, and inside we need to put our config file. So let's put config, and now this initialize app returns as an instance of Firebase application. So let's put it in a variable. Let's assign it to, let's say, just app, just like that. And we are ready to go. Now, using this app variable, we are ready to access Firebase services like app auth, app database, Firestore, function, messaging, all of that. But this is what we will do in the next video. For now, we are done. The one thing I want to do before we end this video, I want to commit our changes to GitHub. So let's put git add dot, then we're gonna put git commit, and we will say that initialized Firebase project, something like that. All right, perfect. See you in the next one.